Okay, y'all, it's me, and I know y'all are like, where has she been? What has she been up to? And I have just been going through some drastic things in my life, and I won't elaborate on them because I'm just kind of getting the routine of life back. But I did want to make this audio, and it's not a video because I don't know. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's it's really, really, really early because lately I've been going to bed so early. I think I went to bed um, last night at like, shoot, I want to say like 7:30. So I'm up now at 1, and I had been telling God that I was gonna make another video. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna post something, and I hadn't been posting. I hadn't posted before I even went through what I went through, the not the tragedy, but traumatic situation that happened. I hadn't posted, I think, a few weeks before that. The last post that I did, I think it was the greens. I was doing the greens because my mom had asked for greens, and but you guys, that's neither here nor there. I'm making this video today just to update you guys. It's not going to be long. Like I said before, I'm not recording myself because it's like early in the morning and I'm literally in the bed. And to be very transparent, with my bonnet on my head. Um, but yeah, I'm just making this video because, as I have said to you guys, I'm new to this. I'm not true to this. I always have faith in God, but now I just try to apply Him in my everyday life and the things that I do. And we're doing that. Things has changed um, for me and look a lot different. And I'm just processing everything because sometimes God tells us what we need, so we start requesting Him to do those things, and then when they're done, it's a shock. It's a oh my gosh type of moment, and that's basically what happened. As you guys knew, I was definitely with someone when I first started my page, um, well, my channel. I was with someone and it ended. Um, I transitioned out, that's what I'll say, on June the 3rd. But we still resided in the same place, but I had transitioned out of the relationship, and mainly most of it was just because we weren't in the same place in our life, unfortunately. Things look different. I don't feel like he was a bad person or anything like that. Our lives just looked totally different, especially with me being where I'm at spiritually. It was just things that I felt like I needed, um, that I was not getting. And I was just to the point in my life where I needed, like, I'm really into just applying God to my everyday life. And what I mean by that, everything that I do, I seek His approval, or I try to. Now, do I slide off of the map? Yes, I do. I'm a human being, so I'm not saying I'm God. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes daily. I do things that I have to come back for Him and ask God to forgive me. But for the most part, I'm just trying to get things right with God completely. Um, and it's just, I wanted to do something different, and I would have loved for this person to walk the journey with me, but unfortunately, it's not something that they wanted to do. So I had to ultimately make the decision with the way things were going in the relationship and where I was going in the relationship. Okay, should we stay in this or should we get out? And on June the 3rd, after long praying for months, it wasn't no decision that I just made overnight, because I genuinely did and still do care about the person, and I just knew we were going in two separate directions, and what I desired and what I needed, unfortunately, could not be given to me. And I don't fault him for that. I also feel like it's okay for two people to be going in totally opposite directions. That's fine. Um, it just means that those people may not need to be together at all, or it also may mean that they don't need to be together in that season of their life, right? So that's just kind of where I have been. So I've just been processing um, my new life, how things look. Things hasn't did not end easily, but that's a whole nother time and place. I'm trying not to. I just don't want to be ugly. I didn't want things to end in an ugly way. I do know that in my relationship with this person, I could have did things better. I think we both could. I totally own what went wrong, and I think the foundation was not set right from the beginning. And when foundation is not right, you can't build on something that's not um, steady. And the foundation was wobbly, and you're trying to build, and it just is shattered once um, things just started happening, right? And I do believe that God will put you in uncomfortable situations. I know, not believe. God will put you in uncomfortable situations to see how you handle where He wants you to be, and how you apply yourself to what He wants you to apply yourself to. And it's all about being submissive to God, right? Um, and like I have told everybody on this channel, I do feel like one of my callings from God is a homemaker, which is a woman who basically take care of the home, make sure everything is taken care of, pour into her family spiritually and mentally, any type of way that they can, to make sure they're getting their needs met. I do know that that's something else that's me. And with that being said, I need someone who is very submissive to God, like somebody who's praying for God to make every decision, help them make every decision that they make, so I am able to be submissive to this person. If he's submissive to God, I can be submissive to him, and our household will flow accordingly. Um, so it's just things like that I want. But I do want to thank all of my viewers and my watchers that just watch me and pour into me about what type of person that I am and who I am as a person. Even though I know I don't need validation from humans, because man does not. I don't need that validation, because God has me fully aware of who I am. But when people sometimes say things about you, and it makes you question who you are as a person. So just me starting a YouTube page and people that I don't even know, literally saying how I helped them, or their child was going through something, or let me, a lot of people said I got to show this to my daughter, or things like that. It lets me know that I'm doing something right. And because I'm not doing it for fame, I'm not doing it for money, I'm doing it so I can help other people be happy within themselves, regardless of circumstances that they go through. Um, this is a storm for me, and it's an ugly storm because unfortunately, I'm in a situation that I did not want to be in. I didn't, but God had removed so many people from my life um, through this process, and I'm just gonna be honest. I remember when I first started doing my spiritual counseling, because I do spiritual counseling. I also do just regular counseling, and I also counsel with my first lady. I just do a lot of pouring into myself when it comes to my spiritual beliefs and my mental health. Right, I pour into myself a lot, um, and with doing that, I just realized I could offer so much to other people. And I started with my house, in my home, just wanting to help the people in my home, and get everybody mentally together and make it where they're strong and they can tackle the world. And unfortunately, if people don't want it that you're trying to give it to, is really nothing that you can do. You can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. And through the process of me just trying to help others, and then also working on myself, things got messy, because you you shouldn't. I did something wrong. I was seeking advice from people um, to try to help the situation, right? Like, okay, let me talk to this person. Like, how can I handle this? Can you help me with this? This is how this is. Like, what advice can you give me? You've known this person your whole life. This is your such and such. How can you help me with this? So, with going to people, it kind of went to a place that it should not have. And I never move in a vindictive way, or I try not to, but I have learned through this process of where I'm at in my life. Sometimes, Camila, you just have to pray and let God tell you how to handle the situation without other people interfering or giving you advice. It's okay to just lean towards God and no one else. So that was a lesson that I learned through this process, and I'm so grateful for it, because that let me know my error in my way. And like I said earlier, I'm not making this video to say all the things that transpired. I'm making this video to speak about myself and where I'm at, why I have not posted, and just to let you guys know that I'm good, I'm okay, and ask for prayer. Just pray for me, and pray for my strength, and pray for my daughters, and also my sunshine, even though he's no longer in the home. Still pray for him and just keep him uplifted in you guys' prayers, because this was a transition for everyone. It did not just affect two people, it affected everyone. Even some family members are affected by it. So everybody just needs prayer, um, and ask God to heal. And whatever the journey looks like, thus far, is God's will be done on my end, because I'm definitely um, praying. and just continuing to pray to God to make sure that it's His will that's being done on my behalf, and also on His behalf. I'm just praying for God to give us both strength, not one of us, but both of us. I'm praying to keep me mild and not say anything just because I want to hurt him, or me to say anything because I want to destroy someone, because that's ugly, and it's not godly, and I don't want that to be my spirit. I have been there once before in my life, in past relationships, but I choose not to do that, because I do genuinely care for this person, most definitely. And I wish that things would have been different. God knows that I do. I wanted nothing for us to walk down this journey of getting more faithful to God together. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And it's okay, but I will still continue to do what God has instructed me to do, and just pour into my viewers that I have, pour into myself, continue to pour into the people that's in my household, continue to love on people outside of my household, and give them the encouragement that they need, and just keep growing my faith with God and walking with Him as Hannah did in the Bible, just walking with God as Ruth did in the Bible, and David and so many people in the Bible went through these traumatic things, and they chose to still walk with God and know that He had them covered through it all. And that's what I'm choosing to do. When I tell y'all though, oh my goodness, this has definitely been one of the hardest things that I ever had to do in my life. And it was hard to watch someone that you love so much hurt because of just a decision that you were making for yourself, but for y'all. But when you're with someone and you can see that where you're going, they're in with it, which means that okay, they see it, they're not against it, but you can also see that they're not with it, I guess you can say, at least where it's what they want to do. And I just didn't want to force it. I did not want to force it, and that's what I didn't want to force it. I wanted it to be ultimately, this is what I want to do. I want to get up every Sunday and go to church. And it didn't have to be the same place that I went to. It could be in a different church. It could have been somewhere else. Or I want to get up and I want to counsel, spiritual counsel, regular counsel. And I want to pour into myself. I want to make myself a priority. I wanted us both to be doing that together. Because if we're making ourselves a priority, it is going to overflow abundantly upon everyone who we're in contact with, not just the people and anybody that we're in contact with. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it just got like that with me, where I would be in the store and random people, and it still happened, just talk to me and ask me to pray. And I remember when my spiritual counselor told me that stuff was going to start happening. I'm looking at her like, girl, I don't know. Now, God told me to pray for other people. I barely can pray out loud for myself, where I feel like it's making some type of sense. So it was just strange when she said that a few months ago. And then I remember the first time it happened, I was in the store, and it's this man, because she said you would start praying for people at work, you would start praying for just strangers. And I'm in the store, and this man on the soap aisle, and it was just so crazy. He was talking, and I thought he was on the phone talking to his wife, but he was talking to me. And I forgot what it was even about, but at the end of it, God just spoke to me about his wife, and I just started telling him stuff, and it was just so crazy. And that was the first time, and it was so comfortable. But I remember when she talked to me about it, I just remember saying, "Oh, I don't know," and it still happens to this day. And again, I'm at Walmart, and this was last. It was a weekday. It was a weekday. I want to say it was probably Wednesday. Today is Monday morning, early in the morning, like 1 something in the morning, and I want to say that was like Wednesday at the store, and I had just went in there actually for a can of something, but I came out with so many other things that wasn't the can or whatever I went in there for. I forgot what it was, and I had to go back in the store to get what I went in there for. I went in there, got it, and when I was walking out, the lady was trying to flag somebody down, but I didn't know it was me. So I just went and got in my truck, and she kind of had my truck blocked. And I'm like, Alicia, is she talking to me? Alicia, like, I don't know, but I think so. And I look, and I let my window down, and she was talking to me. And she was like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. But I need school shirts for she said she had seven grandchildren, and she needed school shirts for two. The two oldest one was going to Forney North, and the other one was going to, I forgot, I think soccer or something like that. I don't remember the school, but it was a school out of my area. And I was like, okay. So I said, well, do you want to get out and and she called somebody on the phone to get the colors, because I was like, what colors do they need? And we're at Walmart, so I'm like, it's going to be slim pickings at Walmart, but let me go in here and see what I can do. So she couldn't get out because she said she had just had 2 knee replacement surgeries. Excuse me, y'all. So I go in, I'm looking for the shirts. I really don't find much. So I was only able to get 3 shirts, and I got them some socks. And she just basically was saying that she stopped me because God told her to. She didn't know who she was going to ask, but he told her to ask me because I was one of his children, and it just filled my heart. And I was like, I just was so emotional because I'm like, wow, that lets me know that I'm doing something right. I'm definitely doing something right. Keep going, Camila, keep going. And I told her thank you for that, because even though she felt like I was helping her, she was helping me tremendously. And I was just letting her know my circumstances, and that I didn't have much to give, but I would definitely give what I could or whatnot, and I definitely did do that. But that's even more of a testimony, because God has blessed me tremendously, um, in not just finances, with everything. I was able to purchase me another car, like, and it was random. I had no desire for a car. I knew my car was in not the best of shape at all. It was horrible. But I wasn't like, oh, let me go and get another car. I had went to sleep that night before, and I woke up. God wakes me up every morning around between 2 and 3, and I just pray. And I did that. I prayed, and he told me to go get a car, and I'm like, what? And he actually told me to go to the dealership that I got my first car from, and I did go, but unfortunately I didn't choose that car, and I feel like that was something that I disobeyed God with, because I was supposed to select that car and I didn't, and I have talked to him about that, because that's where he told me to go, and then I actually ended up pouring into the young lady that helped me there. And I felt like God sent me there for her because she was going through some really hard times at the job and in her life, and um, I ended up pouring into her. So that was big for me also, and that's what I'm saying. Like, God is just using me for so many things, even um, everywhere that I go, He's just using me, which lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, even though the decision was very, very, very hard for me to make. It was the decision that God made for me, and He just wanted to see how was I going to move with it. Was I going to be obedient or disobedient? And I chose to be obedient. Um, Even with it being very hard, and knowing that I was hurting someone because I was choosing to be obedient to God and follow His path. And I was looking at my journal when I started journaling, when I just started walking in faith, and I think I started on October 17th of 2023. I think the date might be wrong, but I definitely know the month is October and the year is 2023. And I was like, wow, Camila, you almost made it a year. Like, this has literally almost been a year where you've been walking in faith. And I know that this is different because I'm going to be, like I tell y'all, I'm very transparent with a lot. Normally, when I leave relationships, I'm trying to figure out, okay, when am I going to start another relationship? Who's going to be this person? Like, it's time for me to do. And I'm not, this time, it's like I'm building my relationship with God. I'm not focused on a man. It's, none of that. It's just literally building my relationship with God. I'm not on social media. Like, I've gotten off of social media. Um, just doing things so different. The only time that I'm on social media is when I have to do Bible study, or sometimes I just have to be hard headed and be on there to see, be nosy, and I automatically log back out. Like, I don't stay on long, but that's gotten so much better than what it was, because at first it was horrible. But yeah, when I first started going through this, it was bad. I was on social media just looking at what was being said, and it was breaking me down. It's like, oh wow, how could somebody do and say and all of these things? And it's like, it's okay, Camila. It's okay. Everybody deal with processes things and deals with things differently. Um, those who really know who you are, know your character, know how you move, and regardless of what any human beings say, um, you can't be destroyed because God has you covered. And that's just mainly where I'm at with this, with everything. And I just thank God for His grace and His glory, and for Him being with me through this process, and for Him allowing me to see that it's it's okay. It's okay. And He's also allowing me to see sometimes things come back and sometimes they don't. But you got this. And it's like, I do got this. It's a lot of great things that's transpired with me making the decision that I made in June. Um, Work has been great for me. And when I say great, great, I did my first presentation when all of this was going on. I did my first presentation at work. Like literally, wow. This is how I feel about it. Literally, but while the devil was busy, God was also busy, and God showed up and showed out. Right. So I did my first presentation at work. I got to meet so many wonderful people who were pouring into me as my cup was being emptied, and that's what I told one of the ladies that I met um, doing my trainings that I do, and she said she had kept walking past me, and God kept telling her to stop, but she kept walking past me because I was so busy. Like I was making the badges for work and maybe helping people with different stuff. And she said, finally, I just had to stop. Like he wouldn't. He kept tugging me to come talk to you. And she had shared her story with me when she started a few months ago, and she basically had, when she started the job, she just got out of a divorce, and I could just tell that she was struggling. So I remember doing one-on-one with her because she was struggling with the large group that we had. So I ended up just doing one-on-one with her, and she was telling me her story, and I was just kind of pouring into her, and you know, we were praying together and all of that. So God sent her to me because I was struggling, and I just told her, I said, you guys have made me feel so good, because as my cup is being taken from, you guys are literally filling it back up. So, and that's how I was feeling. I would be down and I would be dark, and then somebody would come and just pour into me and fill me right back up, and it just kept happening and kept happening and kept happening. And I was just so grateful um, for the way things went, even though the way they went was so, it was done so not godly. That's what I will say. Um, it was done so not, it was not godly at all. The way things was done, and it's okay. I'm totally okay with that. It's something that just helped me. Um, it really just helped me see, no matter what or how you try to handle a situation, you can't handle someone else, but how they react to it, no matter how calm or how pleasant you may be, people are, they still have their feelings about the way they receive you and by what you do, even if sometimes you try not to be ugly about things. They can still see it as being ugly, and it's okay. um, but it was just great to be where I was at when all of this started transpiring, because I was somewhere where people could pour into me. And then it was also crazy because my mom was, she went out of town with me as well. She went with me on my trip, so she was there, and it just showed me a whole different side of her, because as I said before, my mom and our relationship has not always been good. As if your relationship with your parents has been good, you're blessed, because most of the time it ain't. It can be a little rocky, and you have to fight to fix it. You have to fight to get in a good place, and that's literally what we have done. We have gotten in a good place, and I was just like, God placed her with me in that time for a reason. Did she know the words, all the words to say? Definitely not. But she was there, right? She was there, and I was just so grateful for that. I was grateful that someone who has became my best friend. Literally, she's my best friend, other than my one that my friend that passed away that watches over me. But my my best friend was able to be there and support me physically. Um, she was there because we ended up really close because of work, and she lives about 6 hours away from me, so we don't see each other physically. That was the first time we saw each other, and it's just like God placed all the right people to surround me, so I was able to, because I didn't want my baby girl to see me in that state, so I was able to just go to my friend's room and just kind of let it out and decompress and have her support through the process, and and us pray together, and all of those things. It was when I tell you God did his big one with all of this, and he's just showing me now that, girl, you got this, because I hadn't been making a video because I have been all over. When I tell you all over the place, all over the place, and just all over the place. And I'm not all over the place now. I'm kind of soaking it in, and I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. So, like I just said, everyone just pray. That's all I want you to do, is just pray for strength and growth with me and with those that are involved in this situation, and kind of let tongues mute, and just listen to God. Everyone just kind of listen to God and let him lead the show, like, not us, but God. But God. Don't put fillers in. And what I mean by that is, when you're going through something like I'm going through, you've been with someone for so long, and definitely the love was there. The love is still there. I think on both sides, it was definitely love there. It was just sometimes, do I know the correct way to love this person? Do I know the correct way to love myself, so I'm able to love this person correctly? And I think that's where the ball was dropped at. Like I said, it was just not a foundation built, set the correct way. So the foundation was not steady, so whatever we piled on top of it definitely was going to fall, right? Because the foundation wasn't God. God should have definitely been the foundation, and he was not. And I just watch a lot of couples that rebuild their relationship once they did the right foundation. They tore everything down and they applied God first, and then they rebuild. Or even couples who applied God first and from the beginning, and their building is beautiful. And so I know that's something that needs to be done in relationships that you choose to be in, marriages and things like that. God has to be that foundation in order for things to be okay. Especially not easy, but at least be functioning where it people thinks it's easy, right? Um, but yeah, I'm good, y'all. I'm good. I'm a lot better today than I was yesterday. A lot better yesterday than I was the day before, and so on and so forth. And that's what I just keep telling God. Thank you for making me better than yesterday, because he definitely has been doing his big one and making me better than yesterday. Every day, I have been able to get up, work. I've cooked. I've cleaned. I've made up the bed. Like, I've done so many things, and it's like, oh my gosh, thank you, God. Because I remember when I have been going through tough times before, y'all, I would be a mess. I would, when I was not, God was not applied in my everyday life. And I was just one of them people who called on God when I needed something and all that. Baby, I would be a mess going through something like when I tell you a mess, can't sleep, can't eat, can't work, can't think, can't do nothing, like not able to do nothing. But baby, God done did his big one because who be up every day working, I'm cooking, I'm going to the store, I'm taking me and Leisha going out and we're doing so many things together and just like I said, I got me another a better vehicle that's up and running right. Just it's all of that is because of God and His glory and His mercy and Him not giving up on me when I was not following Him, or even when I had gave up on myself in the past. He did not give up on me. He said, "You have purpose, and I'm not done with you yet." And I know God has great things for me to do. He has great things for me to do, and my journey is not over. And I'm just allowing Him to grow me and mold me into who He wants me to do. And I have work to do. I have work to do, and I'm just so excited, and I'm so grateful that God chose me, and I'm so excited about what I can offer you guys. And I am here. I'm here. I'm well. I'm dealing with this, and like I said, I'm not giving you guys a lot of details about that situation, which I never did. I was never on here talking about what was going on because I just chose not to share that part of my life, and I probably never will. Um, I have been making videos just to make them, but I don't choose to post anything or talk about anything besides what I'm giving you guys right now. And I just want you guys to know that I am good. I am still going to continue to serve Mom Squad and do what God is instructing me to do with that. I'm just taking a break. And like I said, for those who don't know that maybe didn't start watching the video from the beginning, on June the 3rd, the exact date 2024, I just decided to make a major decision that it would affect my household, and I made the decision, and it just surfaced to life where things were completed that was supposed to be completed a few weeks ago. I want to say August the 5th. I think the 5th. The 5th of August 2024, I made the decision June the 3rd, 2024. And it just all played out on August the 5th, 2024. So, yeah, and I just wanted to come on and say something because I hadn't posted in a while before all of it transpired, and I was supposed to be doing like a vlog of us traveling, and I think I did start out doing a video. Like I have footage that I just haven't posted, and maybe I will post that. But like I said, I probably won't share my story of what's going on. I know I won't share it no time soon. Like I just know that we're where we're at, and things were not done the best way, and it's okay. It's okay. We both had faults in the way we chose to move with certain things, and it's definitely okay. I'm not. I like to talk, but it's just I don't talk about everything, and the way things was done was hurtful, but I choose not to talk about it. But just know that I'm doing good, and you guys, I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I love all of you, and thank you for your support and always pouring into me. And I just wanted to make this video. And of course, y'all already know, Camila ain't doing no editing. I'm just gonna post. It is what it is. Y'all not gonna see my face. I'm gonna try to figure out sometime today. I'll probably have to have Leisha help me. Y'all know she be helping me with that type of stuff. But I'll probably put some pictures up for you guys to just look at of us um, these last few weeks or whatnot. That's probably what I have Leisha help me do. So you guys are not just looking at a blank screen, but so the pictures, that's definitely what I'm going to do, will just be pictures of us. And where we're at today and how we're looking today, and to show you guys that hey, we're fine. I even put me and my mom, we took pictures while we were out of town in Leisha. I put those up. I put a couple pictures of Kay up, which is my oldest daughter, and how she's looking today, just to show you guys where we're at, how we feeling. Some pictures might not look the best, but like, I'm very transparent. This is a process for not just me and him. It's a process also for our children and for our families. Like, I pray for the strength for everyone. His mother, my mother, his family, my family, just everybody. This is affecting everyone, and I just pray for all of us. And like I said, just pray for us, and that we make it through this, you know, and ask God to give everybody the clarity that they need, because it's a lot of unanswered questions. It's a lot of false accusations, um, things like that. So a lot of clarity just needs to be in place at this time. And I love you guys. Thank you, Mom Squad, for being who you are. In my next video, I will definitely be, y'all will see my face, but I'm like, they ain't gonna see me no way because it's dark. That's first off. And then you got the bonnet on and you're in the bed up under the blanket. So I like, just press record and do it like that. So literally the phone is just down and I just press record. But I love you guys, and remember, if you let God, as I say every time, God was speaking to me, and I was saying it to y'all, but he was telling me, when you allow God to direct your path, he will not steer you wrong. I say that at the end of every video. And now I know I was saying that for myself. God was just strengthening me on what I needed to do. Follow my lead, Camila. And I definitely did such. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Because like I said, I'm opting out on doing a lot of things that I would have normally done when I end a relationship. I'm moving a lot different this time. And it feels great. It feels really great, and it's allowing me to grieve what I have lost. You know, it's allowing me to grieve. I made a decision that was uncomfortable for me and everyone else, and and uncomfortable decisions have to be made. Like, comfortable decisions are not always the best decisions. So, I'm 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 process. I'm actually processing it, because I didn't jump into no one else's arms but God. I'm not. I'm watching who I choose to explain myself to. I'm watching who I'll allow to pour into me. All of those things, and it's helping me tremendously just grow as a woman of God. And I haven't said that I'm a woman of God ever. This is literally the first time, because I finally feel like I'm doing as he wants me to do and not as I want to do. When you're doing all of these things, and here I go again, y'all know I like to talk. When you're doing all these things that you're not supposed to be doing, and you know you're not supposed to be doing it, but you're walking around and you're trying to be in faith. And that was my biggest thing, was I was like so all over the place with the way I was living, and I was trying to walk in God's path, and I'm like, Camila, Lord, this is like, you're kind of not doing this the right way. We have to tweak some things. Things have to be done differently. And that was why I made the decision. Or I probably, it still would have been the same. We still would have been together. But it wasn't going to work. And I'm not saying that he was not trying, because he definitely was trying. It was just, I needed the God piece to be in both of us strongly, and it wasn't in both of us strongly. It wasn't in neither one of us strongly. And but yeah, that's the end of the video. And I thank you, Mom Squad. And like I said, it's a process. Just pray for myself, pray for him, pray for the children that are involved, the parents that are involved, and extended families that's involved, and friends. It's a process for everyone, not just two people. When something like this happens, everyone ends up hurting, and trying to figure it out. How do you put pieces back together that are missing? You can't. You just have to try to create a new puzzle, right? Okay, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you probably a little later this week, because I am, like I said, feeling a lot better. I love you. Thank you for all of your support. Continue to watch, and I hope you enjoy the pictures that I post. And happy Monday, everyone.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours.